Welcome back, you lovely people. Part 2 of the wood burner. Bit of luck. I've already done this once. I keep going all the while, but yeah, I've already done this bit and I forgot to turn the bloody microphones on, didn't I? Muppet. Anyway, I made some phone calls this morning to a company to try and get myself another fuel pump. I'm getting bored of waiting. And I got quoted, let's get into some light of what there is. Yeah, I got quoted £1,700 for a replacement pump, and that was without the price of fitting it, pulling it out. They also want my old pump. There was another company that I found in Essex that wanted 1,300 all in if I hand my pump in. If I don't hand my pump in, it's 1,700. This diesel thing is a bit of a con, isn't it, really, when you think about it? I mean, where do they get off with these ratty prices? Some of these bloody companies. The guy I've got it going to has given me a good price on the pump, and including installation and rebuild. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to let him do what he's got to do. I'm just going to leave it there another week without it. I mean, the more weeks that keep going past, there's more weeks I'm not driving it. But it does also mean I'm holding on to my money. So if he stays true to his word on the price, we can now start buying in all the wood that I need. We can get that pre-cut. I'm pretty sure I can measure the bed at the scrapyard and start getting all my wood pre-cut, getting all the metal in and getting that all pre-cut, and then when the thing turns up, we can start what we want to do. Loads of stuff to do, but I did say to the wife, I said, if we kept that thing on the road for 10 years and somehow managed to accumulate 90,000 miles and the pump go again, the price we're paying for the repair now will be doubled next time. I said, so maybe it might pay us to get rid of it and look for a D40. I really don't want one, but some of them later ones have got fuel rails, and the pump replacement for those, 300 quid. That's all it is. And what goes on them normally is the vacuum control valve, and that you can buy off the shelf. So I'm now wondering, I am now actually sitting here debating whether I should just get my truck back, strip out all my goodies and just sell it and look for another one. I am actually now at that point, but the D40s were the miserable ones that snapped in half, and I'm putting a big old motor camper on the back of this. Okay, well, we don't have much of a choice now, because we are going to have to do this. And what I'm referring to, fire clay, because the metal, oh, that's heavy. The metal is so thin at the bottom. So let me get this camera ready. There you go. Right, so the plan is to weld that down. I'm going to make another one of these chambers, that square, to go at the top, and it's going to be perfectly flat. Okay, so that now gives me quite a large area. The door is going to have a big tray in that will be shaped exactly the same as that base, and yeah, and there'll be a grate that'll go on top out of angle iron, and I'll get me arc welder and I'll weld up the inside of the angles to strengthen them up, so, you know, thicken up the metal really so they don't bend under the heat. And then we'll have to line, we ain't got a choice, we will now have to line the lid, at least this top section here that goes just above that point. That's going to have to be fire clayed, so we'll get some mesh from that radiator grill that I'm going to be building. I'm going to have some of that left over, and what we'll do is we'll weld that all in, fire clay it, put some bolts in and weld them up, and put the mesh in to hold the clay in place, and then we'll just do the nuts up over the top washers, and that is going to be the protector for that. And we'll do the sides and we'll do the back wall, but we won't do the front. Okay, well, I kind of did say, didn't I, that I was winging it as I was going along. Well, we cut everything out and we welded it together, but I mean, they came out a bit chicken poop, and I could really do with doing them again, but do I need to? I was going to weld them. I can't weld them on the inside because I've got a tray to go in, but I can definitely weld them up on the inside to get a bit more strength, make them a little bit more leak proof. I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't got a foggiest. Next thing to do is to put the backs on here, which I'll do tomorrow, and then I've got to make up a tray that can slide in. I'm not putting any shelving for the tray, it's going straight on the base and in. The door frame is going to be this entire area. I'm going to put an angle iron all the way around, which is going to nick up more space, to be honest, but it's a necessary. And then when I want to empty it, we literally open the entire door and pull a tray out, chuck what's in there away, slide it back in, shut the door, latch it, grill will be along there, air holes at the back, and that's kind of how I got this planned, to be honest. The pipes will come off the back and go up a little bit and then round. I'm going to probably try and bend two and then bring them up, so they'll be low but they'll come up, and the purpose of that is to stop the dust, hot flames getting in the pipe in case I get a blowback on the chimney. So if they go up, then I can go up an angle, and then I'll probably put a drip box on so any rain get in it don't come in, it will just go down, which I'm rather happy with. So there you go. I did a fire test on this last night. Actually quite surprised at how well that was, but the backs were open. So let me get some tissue that's a bit damp. Okay, bit tissue, and they match, and see if this thing is still going to work like it did last night, because I genuinely don't know, because now I've capped it off. Bugger. Trying to get the stuff to smoke. Right. Look, flames going up, it's being drawn to the chimney. Now, there's the smoke. Now if I put that there, look at that. 90% of that is going up. If I cap that off, have another chimney at the back, I'm wondering if it will be as effective as that. Now cutting out the base plate for the tray. The tray will come out whatever size it come out. If it's tight to fit, brilliant. If it's a little loose and I've got gaps, tough. The idea is you get a brush and you brush out the excess. Simple as that. Right, I've got a new set of tips. Get bit off the end. Right. That's kind of like this. It's going to hold together. I know why it went like that at the front. It's because I didn't clean the carbon off when I plasma cut it. The rest of it I did. And I also had a welder just slightly set up wrong on the wire feed. The wire feed was a tiny bit too slow. I'm a little bit annoyed about that as that happens. But anyway, nothing I can do about it now. I ain't grinding it back. It should hold. It's only got old ash in it at the end of the day, so there you go, one tray. Okay, there is a door seal. What I've done is I took a piece of box and very badly cut up the plasma cutter, and when I say badly, I mean badly. The plasma cutter gun is now completely knackered, and it was blowing shrouds and God knows what off. So no, I think we are going to have to start looking for a new gun. And I did say, if I didn't leave it in, that it's getting harder and harder to find those particular shrouds. So yeah, I'll get one that has the shroud system that you'd expect to find on a plasma cutter too. So there's the hinges done on the back. As you can see, I think they're cast, but they are countersunk. So when I welded in the holes, I filled the countersink up as well. So it could be more like a steel bolt that ain't coming out. Who knows? I don't know. Should have worked. Haven't cracked. I'm happy about that. So 2 bits of random flat that I had given to me. I'm going to put a little bit of reinforcement behind them. So we've got that done. The door's done. As you can see, it's angle iron with an insert which has been badly welded on again. I am so out of practice, but some of you would probably sit there and say, well, you were never in practice in the first place. But guess what? We're going to have a go at some TIG welding. So if you think my MIG was bad, you wait till the TIG starts. I've ordered some rods. We'll see where that takes me. So far, absolutely pleased with that. Bearing in mind this is going to be a floating. I've got a that can be a little tricky. That's going to be a bit tricky, but yeah, how can I put that? Handle down here probably to push that back in with. More than likely going to be a welding handle, you know, for a chip hammer or something. Old spanner, knackered. Yeah, weren't that much. 11/16 spanner, bit of an old dome head nut there. I just thought I'd weld that on behind just to take the sharpness away so I don't get caught up on it. Yeah, it's all scrap. It's all made from scrap and spare parts that have been lying around. So we've got a gas bottle up there. We've just got to make up a piece to go in the back of here so I can weld that up. These are all individually loose at the moment. I might weld them together at say like 3 or 2 at a time, I don't know yet, but I need to know how big these gaps are going to be. I may end up having to take one out and spread them out so there's a bigger gap. I don't know. At this point I don't have a clue. So, and it ain't that heavy. If I'm honest, it ain't that heavy at all. So what I'm waiting for now is a brand new outside light so I can tear my old one down because it's broke. We've got that one up there, see, and auto damaged. The light don't work anymore anyway, and the on-off switch don't work. The glass would be handy. Although we do have that one with a bigger glass, and that's been sitting there a while not working. The plan is just to literally cut a hole out at the front of that panel and then make up 4 pieces of metal to act as clamps. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll use, wherever that's gone, there's a roll of tape somewhere around here. Yeah, I don't know where that is at the moment, but they ain't gone far. So we'll put some tape all the way around so the glass can sit on that. We'll tape up the metal as well so we don't break the metal. Sorry, the glass with the metal brackets. And then we'll just bolt straight through, and we should be able to see the flames and get that sense of a warm feeling from it. I mean, let's face it, everyone loves an open fireplace, but we just can't. This is now the end, and I have no idea if my previous recording came out because my battery died. But look, there's the glass, and I want to demonstrate. So if I put that down, as you can see, we've got a great grill, all individual, plated off that back piece as I said I would do. Relight that. Right, you can see there's clearly a light. This test is to see if I can get an airlock. Right, there you go. That's the whole point of it. Can I get an airlock inside that? Is it sealed? That's not helping. Right. Okie dokes. You can clearly see the flame is going out and it's gone. There you go. And there's no smoke escaping. I could have got that frame a little bit better, but there you go. I did kind of naff it up a bit. We've got to paint this thing black as yet. We've got a chimney to fit as yet. I haven't cut a hole out for the chimney, hence the reason why I'm testing this now for negative air. And I've also got an air valve to fit, which is going to go externally outside. So all of the draft, the underdraft on the grill should be dragged in from outside, not inside the cab unless I open the door. I will be carrying CO2 monitor in the vehicle as well as a smoke detector. But other than that, there is nothing else. So the only thing that can cause the interior to burn to CO2 is if this thing gets red hot. Obviously, that's going to use oxygen within. There are loads of air vents going in that truck anyway, down on the bottom and up in the roof area. And as you can see, that's clearly gone out. I mean, it is smouldering, but yeah, a little bit of a smoulder going on and nothing more than that. There was obviously a little bit of air getting in. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that's... No, that's just a shiny bit of metal. I thought I might have had a hole in the back, but I haven't. There you go. So it's airtight. That's what I set out to achieve with it. Now you watch the smoke pour out. There you go. So we've got our grates. We'll get rid of that. We've got our grates, which at the moment are removable. We've got our tray. I need to buy a small flat pack style little handheld hoover. So when I wake up in the morning, empty the tray out, lift that all out, and I hoover it all out, and then put everything back together, and then we can be on our way, take the chimney down and go elsewhere. So there you go, guys. I would say, and girls, I don't think there's any women watching my channel anymore, but you never know. I would like to say, because this is it now, video's over. I'd like to say thank you so much for all the like buttons that have been pressed. I have no idea if the dislikes have been pressed because I can't see them anymore. I've got to go deep into the algorithms to find them, and I can never be bothered because I'm never bothered what people think of what I get up to. So all of you that have took time out to say thank you with the thumbs up, I appreciate it. It has not gone unnoticed. So for that, I am now bringing that to you as a thank you. I haven't got any more news on the car at the moment. I did ring them up during the week, as I spoke earlier on in the video about. I haven't heard from him yet. I'll chase him up on Monday. What am I going to do about this? I don't know. There's enough money to buy another car, I suppose. If I do get another one, I might look at a D40 instead, because it's got a fuel rail instead of the fuel pump. And one of my ideas was just literally put my D22 in the front garden when the lorry's gone and just leave it there with a tilt over it and just forget about it. And drive around the D40 for a while, and then when the body is like done, maybe transfer engine, gearbox, everything onto the D22 and make the D22 a much better vehicle. Because the engine, although the engine's a really nice engine in that car, it's the fuel pump, it's the fuel delivery system that's letting it down. It's rubbish, it's expensive and it's rubbish. So yeah, and I'm only saying rubbish because I'm having problems with it now. If I wasn't having any problems with it right this minute, I'd probably say it was bulletproof. Done 230 miles, what do you expect? I think I'm already on another engine now. I reckon that's already had a replacement engine. And that engine's around 80,000 to 100. I don't think it's much more than that. No smoke, no rattles, few oil leaks, good engine. So, anyway, moving on, I'd like to say, no, there ain't nothing else I can say, is there? So, what are we going to do next week? I haven't got a blinking clue at all. I've got nothing in my head at the moment. So, whatever it is, next Friday, Friday after, whatever, I'll see you on the next video. You all take care and catch you up later. Bye.